Hi, my name is Eva Steiner and this is my project Psychotherapists Around the Globe. I am interviewing the psychotherapists around the world and asking them the same 8 questions. I am wondering how mental health profession is in their country. Before we start with the interview, I would like to mention that there are a few spots in this video where the internet connection wasn't great. We had to meet for the interview 3 times due to this issue. The presenting video is a combination of all 3 interviews together. Thank you for your understanding, and today we are going to... Thank you for doing this interview with me. Before we start, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Hi, my name is Charlotte Kaseke. I'm a social worker and a psychotherapist. I work with children and families addressing their social and psychological needs. I'm advocating for their rights and their needs in Zimbabwe. Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about your culture? What is some holiday or tradition that your country celebrates? And if your culture would be an emotion, what emotion would it be?
Zimbabwe have different ethnic groups which have different beliefs, values and norms. We celebrate different culture. We celebrate Africa Day, which is in May. And then we celebrate Independence Day. Here we are celebrating the day we got our freedom from colonialism. Then we celebrate Unity Day. Unity Day, we are celebrating the uniting of different ethnic groups in Zimbabwe, as well as we celebrated the Haifa Harare International Festival Arts. Artists will be showcasing their arts, the culture, various talents. And then we also celebrate the Heroes Day. With Heroes Day, we are celebrating the heroes and the heroines which fought for our freedom from colonialism. And as we have different ethnic groups, we celebrate different traditional cultural celebrations. Like Shona people, they have something which we call Bira. Bira, they do Bira. They celebrate Bira. For example, if during summer, during rain season, they celebrate or ask, let me say, ask their ancestors for rainfall. Then the Ndebele people, they have their own traditional celebration. So that's how we celebrate our culture. What I would say is Zimbabwe as an emotion is warmth, belonging, and interconnectedness of communities. We call it Ubuntu. We respect community, we respect sharing, we respect and share our warmth among us.
How did you become a psychotherapist in your country, and what is your therapeutic approach?
Okay, to be a psychotherapist in Zimbabwe, you should be a social worker plus CBT or family therapist training, as well as psychologist with again CBT or family therapist training, as well as being registered with allied health professionals in Zimbabwe. It's a body that governs various health professionals. My therapeutic approach, there too, I use a CBT. Here I'll be identifying and trying to change the negative thoughts and behaviors. And the second one is psychodynamic. As I work mostly with children, I'll be trying to identify or to assess the child experience and family relationships.
How society looks upon psychotherapy or any psychological help?
Mental health is a challenge in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a spiritual country. If anyone, or let me say most people, if they have problems or challenges, or facing anything in their lives, be it social, be it psychological, be it financial, they first seek help spiritually. They can seek help from their pastors or church leaders or a spiritual leader. Secondly, they can seek help from the traditional healers. We call them traditional healers here. They consult the ancestors or consult in the spirit, and then find the source of the problem. They come out with interventions, or they come out with solutions spiritually. They can offer prayers to the people, or offer traditional medicines to the people. So it's very rare in Zimbabwe, if people are facing challenges or problems, to start by going to seek help from a psychotherapist or a psychologist or a social worker. First, they seek help or find solution from spiritually first. The perspective is if you are suffering from any mental health issues, either you are cursed or you have done something which is a taboo in the community. So people the community tend to shun or to stigmatize or discriminate people suffering from mental health issues, and it remains a challenge in Zimbabwe. And as professionals or as psychotherapists, we try all by means to raise awareness in the community, workshops in the community, so that people can be aware of the issues of mental health, and try to love and understand these people and find solutions and find interventions in the community, and try to help the people suffering from mental health issues to live a normal life, to try to help them to be better again. I would say we are still in the phase of appreciating psychologists or social workers to provide a solution or interventions regarding our problems or our challenges we are facing. But I hope we'll be there soon, and as some people now understand, or as some people now seek help from us professionals.
What is your society teaching about child-parent relationship, and can this influence how you design your interventions as a therapist?
The Zimbabwean parent and children relationship is like children should respect their parents. There's no other way around, or like an open relationship there. No. Parents are the upper, then the children are lower. So parents provide for the children, and the children should obey or respect their elders. And there is collectivism in Zimbabwe, where we don't have individualism. We are a family connected, we have extended families. So if a child, we have a problem with a child, we do from the family and the extended family, they are also involved. Like we say, a child is raised in a community. Then there is interdependence relationship between the parent and the children. The parent have to support, raise the children, and as same as the child has to obey the parents, have to be loyal, show gratitude, show obedience. This tend to interfere during therapy. We have to respect the culture. You have to respect their beliefs. You have to respect their norms. You have to respect how they do their things and what they want, how they want to, do they want to conduct a spiritual medium? Do they want to talk to their pastor as well? We are dealing with an issue, but at the same time, we have to respect the culture. So it's a bit tricky. the family is involved in every problem you have. So like if you have to use family-centered approach. You will see from the assessment, you will see from talking, communicating. So lots of people are involved. The family is involved. So you tend to work with the whole family now to try to come out with solutions. But in mind, you know that professionally, I don't have to be involved in the issues, but you have to work with the family. Now it's become family-centered approach now. Everyone is involved. The relationships are involved. Like I said, the parents are up and the children have to obey, whether it's not what the child wants. So it becomes like a conflict now. Empower them to make decisions also on, but it will be difficult.
For example, if an adult client comes to you, does these values also reflect in client-therapist relationship, in a sense like they are expecting from you to tell them what to do and they will follow?
Yes, it's like that. The belief now, if I go to see a psychologist or I go to see a social worker or a psychotherapist, he knows or she knows everything. So I will obey what she's saying. At keeping in mind, us as a therapist, we know that no, I don't give advices. I don't tell my clients what together, and it's person-centered, the solution. They'll find their solutions. Then we work from there in context of their family, in context of the culture, as well in context of their environment.
What are the learned beliefs regarding client-therapist relationship, and can the relationship continue outside the therapy once the therapy process is over?
Confidentiality between the therapist and client is between you two, whatever you discuss, and well as a show empathy, understanding the emotions of the client, as well as being in the shoes of them, so that you build like a trust relationship. I would say it depends now. After therapy, if the relationship can continue, like if you have a client which needs referrals to other professionals or other services, I think it will continue, just because you would want to check on what will be happening, check on if they've gotten the services. And sometimes after therapy, but not just immediately after therapy, mostly it's no. I think to give time, like you'll be checking with your client about the solution you have put in place. So you'll be checking with the client how he or she is doing, how she is coping, if the solutions are working or not. But at the same time, it should be involved too much by professional, know the boundaries, create boundaries, set boundaries.
One more question regarding that.
Yeah.
Is there any law regarding psychology, psychotherapy in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, there are laws. Like I'm saying, there should be a professional relationship. You have to show empathy. You have to show love, but at the same time, and be professional. Every time you have to be professional. If you're showing wrong emotions or wrong feelings, you would think maybe this one loves me, this one like me. So you have to set boundaries. Never do anything that is out of jurisdiction in the practice.
Is supervision a must for a therapist in your country?
Supervision, I would say it's a must in Zimbabwe. As I said, we are governed by the body Allied Health Professionals in Zimbabwe. As like social workers, we are governed by the Council of Social Work in Zimbabwe, and the psychologists, they have their own body which governs them. So we are supervised if we are still in line with the standards, if we are conducting our work according to the body standards. So it's done like yearly, and they will renew our practicing certificate yearly as well.
So what are the most common complaints that the client comes to therapy for?
Most clients present with different issues. I'll start with the adult. The adults present with GBV issues, gender-based violent issues. I think it's because of the social and economic situation in Zimbabwe, and men dominates women, and issues of post-traumatic symptoms such as rape and sexual assaults, issues of self-harm, issues of drug abuse, and issues of anxiety and stress as well. As I have said, I work mostly with the children. Children present mostly with behavior challenges, as well as post-traumatic symptoms like rape, sexual assaults. Again, I work with children with intellectual disability. They present with hyperactive, low self-esteem, self-harm as well, anxiety in children. These are the most issues which are presented by my clients.
And the last question, if you would share one tool, belief, or approach that is a must-have for you as a therapist, what would that be?
The most tool a therapist should have, I would recommend empathy. Empathy helps to understand your client, to be in his or her shoes, understand the emotions and the feelings, and it helps in building trust. It helps in building communication between the two of you. It opens your client to talk or discuss more of the issues they have. So I would recommend empathy as a tool for therapists.